Do you have an overtired newborn? I mean, how do you even know, right? Being a new parent has such a big learning curve. Hey, I'm Dr. Sarah Mitchell of Helping Babies Sleep. I'm a sleep consultant, and I want to teach you about overtired newborns today. So the signs of being overtired are eye rubbing, lots of yawning, inconsolable crying, which can sometimes mimic colic, and not being able to soothe your baby even by offering a food. So why do kids get overtired? Well, you have no idea what you're doing when you first come home with a newborn. We should all have our babies should have a little sign pinned to them that says needs to be back asleep within about an hour from waking up. That's the awake time. If you surpass an hour for a newborn, say 0 to 6 weeks, if you keep them awake longer than an hour, it tends to be harder to get them to fall asleep and then stay asleep. And that time changes to about an hour and a half by 3 months. But most people don't know this. So timing of sleep is one of the most important and simplest things that you can do to help prevent your newborn from becoming overtired. Because once they are overtired, it can be really hard to calm your little person down. 15 minutes in their world can make a really big difference. So again, timing. You want your newborn to be back asleep between 45 minutes from waking up. And yeah, that often means waking up, feeding, burping, and then working to get them back to sleep. And maybe by an hour and a half by about 3 months of age. I remember rocking my son for 40 minutes to try and get him to sleep. I was feeling very frustrated and tired at the end of the day. And it took 40 minutes to get him to go down, only to have him wake up 20 minutes later. What was that about? That was because I didn't know that I'd kept him up too long before trying to get him down in the night. And so it took him a long time to fall asleep, and then he just couldn't stay asleep because he was caught in an overtired cycle. So what can you do to help prevent this? Well, prevention is the key word here. Once you're in the overtired cycle, it can be hard to calm our kids down. So prevention is the most important thing. I want you to go and grab my sleep summary by age. It's going to give you that awake time again, but also the awake times for all of the months to come. I also want you to differentiate here. We're going to talk about sleepy cues and the clock because you can use them both together to help guide you. Okay? In some kids, the cues of I'm tired can be really hard to read. And in fact, there's a subtle set of cues that come before the eye rubbing, the yawning, and the crying and getting fussy. These subtle set of cues are that where you were trying to make, where you were having success engaging with your little one, maybe some eye contact, maybe some smiles after the first little while, that's not happening anymore. They don't want to talk to you. They're kind of looking away. They're disengaging. They might have kind of a glazed over look across their face, and their limb activity may start to decrease. That's the sign that's telling you, hey, I should go start nap time. And maybe it's only 45 minutes since they woke up. But yeah, it's your job to know when to make sleep happen. From there, that's when you'll start to get the more fussy, whiny, limb activity can be increased. They start to rub their eyes and yawn and arch their back. And that's the sign that I'm on my way to overtired. That's when you got to hustle to get nap time to be happening more quickly. What can you do once your child's overtired? So say, you were struggling. We all have struggles. It never goes perfectly, by the way. And you're in that witching hour, which is legit, right? Between 6 and 9 o'clock at night, your child tends to want to feed more, especially if they're breastfed. They want to cluster feed. They may doze. They may feed again. You've got competing needs happening of being tired and wanting to eat to stock up on calories to get a long stretch of first nighttime sleep. But now it's 10 o'clock and your child's inconsolable. What can you do? Well, you can try and offer a feed to get them to fall asleep at the breast. I mean, that can be very effective. It's a tool that Mother Nature gave us. I want you to be swaddling. Sometimes water and warm water can be really helpful. So putting their, swaddling them and then giving them a little head massage under that warm water can be helpful. White noise and motion can also be helpful. But the real answer is you avoid that by watching the clock all day long. Your nights and your naps are so closely tied together. If you're not having great naps during the day, your nights are at jeopardy. If your kiddo's waking up a lot during the night, your naps can be at jeopardy. It's all combined together. If I've taught you anything today, then I want you to go check out Helping Babies Sleep School, where I have a newborn class for 0 to 8 weeks that helps you be a sleep detective, prevent the overtired cycle, and really feel empowered like you're nailing this parenting thing. One of my students in my class had a 7-week-old who kept waking up every 2 hours at night and needed to be nursed back to sleep. After taking my class, she's getting those long, age-appropriate stretches of 6 to 8 hours because she knows how to set her little one up for success. And I want that for you too. So check out helpingbabiesleepschool.com.